Hi guys, how you doing? Alexa, what's the time, please?
The time is 9:49 p.m.
Right guys, I'm just lost for words. I don't do any harm to anybody. I do videos to make people smile, to cheer myself up. I live by myself, and I like to be, just I'm a human being. I've got feelings, and I think that sometimes people don't realize that. They just think that they can do what they like to me, and it hurts. So, um, so I'm just fed up at the moment. So I'm just talking. I'm talking. I'm not gonna. I'm just flabbergasted. It's beyond belief. I was just in my flat, minding my own business. It's like someone's tormenting me. I haven't had a relationship since 2016 by choice. I was being mistreated by an ex-partner, and I decided enough was enough, and I left him. And I left him. I told him that he was treating me like shit, and that was the end of that. And all of a sudden, everything stopped. No one would invite me out on a date. No one would go out with me, nothing. I felt like I was being followed around in the library and intimidated by my ex and other people. And I couldn't get another boyfriend after that. Once I told that ex that I didn't want to see him anymore, and I had the guts to tell him how he was treating me, because my counsellor said to me, she said, you've either got to tell the police what your ex is doing, or you've got to leave the relationship. So I thought, right, I'll leave the relationship, and that's what I did. And then all of a sudden, nobody would go near me. I was followed into the library, and I had trouble in the library because I left him because of the way he was treating me. Him and his mates used to follow me in the pound shop and try and intimidate me in the pound shop, and I just ignored it. And then I managed to get away from him completely when I moved here. When I first moved here, some of the people from my old address were coming down here. I noticed a few familiar faces. I went out with some. I didn't really go out with him. He talked to me, and I saw him like coming down past where I live on his bicycle. There's been a couple of instances where a drunk from Chatham, yeah, a drunk guy from Chatham is making his way up to Rochester. And last summer he was sat on a bench with another drunk, and they were being intimidating, swearing. He was wearing a similar baseball cap to me, and he was swearing. And I felt I was being intimidated when I was walking my dog onto the field. And that guy comes from Chatham. My ex still lives in Chatham. What happened this evening, right, was unbelievable. I've been sitting in my flat all day, minding my own business. I went out to the co-op this morning. It was wonderful. I was treated with respect, and I got what I wanted. I got my newspaper. I don't mind being ignored. Being ignored is better than being humiliated. Being ignored is better than being humiliated and being made fun of and tortured. Emotionally tortured, like I was this evening. So when I get ignored, that doesn't bother me because I can walk around the field with Max and we can have a good walk by ourselves and these bullies can bugger off. I mean, you know, if you want to send me to Coventry, that's childish anyway. That is a form of torture as well, the silent treatment. One of my exes, if I didn't do as I was told, he wouldn't talk to me for weeks. So I know that the silent treatment is torture. I know that's a form of torture. People hate being ignored, don't they? So a form of torture can be the silent treatment, especially by a domestic violence abuser. Not talking to you is a form of punishment. So no one's really spoke to me this morning, right? So I just got on with things. There was a blonde woman hovering about with her dog. And I haven't seen Kim in the co-op for days now. So this morning I was just like on my own walking the dog, minding my own business. Came back into my flat and just remained calm, cool and collected. And just carrying on with my life. There was no trouble at all. Why people just can't leave you in your flat, I don't know, without causing a noise disturbance and just making fools of themselves, because at the end of the day I'll have to get other people involved. If this victimisation of bullying carries on, I will have to get an outside source involved to find out where it's coming from, because it can't continue like this. It's affecting my mental health, it's affecting me, and just leave me alone in my flat. If you don't like me, you don't need to make a noise. They don't need to make horrendous noises. I'll get the housing to knock on their door. It won't be me knocking on the door. I'll get the housing or the police to knock on their door. I'm sick of it. You should be allowed to live in peace inside your flat. There's something wrong. So this afternoon I was just sat here relaxing, minding my own business. Sex is, yeah, it's nice in a relationship. It's wonderful. But you don't sleep around and catch diseases just because someone's bullying you because you won't have sex, right? You can't expect a woman to jump into bed with numerous men. I'm going through the fucking menopause. I've got problems, right? Sex can be painful when you're over 50. Don't be so fucking selfish, you pricks. You know what I mean? Sex is painful when you get older. It fucking hurts. So I was just minding my own business, being quiet. He'd gone out, he'd taken his kids back home. And they start to become a bloody nuisance outside for some unknown reason. Like staging their scenarios. So I shut my windows and doors. Don't want to hear it. I don't give a fuck what they do or what they're talking about. It's shite anyway. It's shit. If they've got so interesting lives, why didn't they fucking go out this afternoon? Why didn't they go to the seaside? Why didn't they do something rather than fucking sit in their fucking shitty little flats annoying me? So their lives must be as sad as fucking mine is. Really? It's the truth, isn't it? If they just sat there irritating you, then their life can't be that much better, can it? Really? So, I get this flirt finder message, And they start that fucking shit. It's a woman. It's a vicious, callous bitch. Oh, you're lovely. You're beautiful. Da 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 da. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. And I go outside after this savage bitch. It is a bitch. A waste of space. It's got nothing more to do than wind a woman up. Probably because her tits are fucking tiny. And her brain's the size of a pea. She's probably got tiny tits. That's what's wrong with her. So, I went out after these messages from a bitch. And my fucking Christ, do you actually think I would sleep with blokes as fucking dirty, stinky and ugly as that? For God's sake. I thought I was going to have to defend myself, to be fair, but they buggered it off out my way. Gets onto the field, and there's these extras on the field with black dogs. And they ain't nothing special. They're nothing to write home about. They wouldn't win Miss Universe, put it that way. What the fuck? Ugly extras. I really did think this guy had a fucking, like a mask on. It's the most hideous bloke I'd ever seen. Frightened the life out of me. I'm going to have nightmares when I go to bed. I know it. Look like something out of a horror film, like The Hills Have Eyes. Fucking frightening. Comes off the field. I'm not very happy. I'm just. Why doesn't this bitch give it up and fucking grow up? There's a blonde hanging around outside the flats in tight clothing. I'm a woman, right? I just want to get into my flat. Fucking sex mad freaks gets into my flat eventually, and I'm pissed off. What started off as a lovely day was spoilt by a witch. So I think, right, I'll ring my mum. I'll see if my mum's alright, because I was worried about my mum. And she's laughing her head off on the end of the phone. I'm just washing my hair. She's washing her hair. And she tells me that you've got to do what you've got to do. And she hasn't sent any money out. She's not sent any money out. Did someone actually really think I was going to sleep with two hideous blokes? With a Sports Direct bag? I spent £30 in the Co-op this morning. I got my EE phone top up. And I got food for lunch. That left me with £40 in my purse, plus some change. And I'm going to top up my fucking electricity and gas with that. This is getting to the point where it's dangerous bandying it about that I'm a prostitute. I am in my 50s. I'm going through the menopause. My bits down below are leaking, and they're dry and sore. Now, whoever it is, grow up and find something else to do with your sad, pathetic time than fucking piss around with something you know nothing about. And karma will come round to you, you tosspot. Big time. Just leave me alone to sit in my flat. It's boring, but it's safe. And I you fucking sick in the head. Don't fucking give me last night's leftovers when I'm worth more than that. Do you understand? It's nice and quiet. And if you want to fucking stir shit up, annoy me and upset me, and you'll stir shit up. You've upset my fucking dog. You've upset me because you're a pathetic, useless waste of space with nothing better to do than fucking try and prostitute a woman in her 50s that's had 4 kids, that's fucking, been through so much. Are you that desperate? Before I go to bed, I'm going to show you the money I've got in my purse. And stop sending me last night's leftovers. For God's sake. You're a sick nutcase, do you know that? You're fucking sick. You're fucking nuts. And you're fucking need locking up in a secure mental health unit. You really are a really evil, nasty person. Right? I don't know how you're existing. I really don't. You're sad. Right? You need me to keep you alive, you sad cunt. You just try that again. Right? I'll get mug shots of these wankers. And everyone can laugh at them. Spoil my fucking evening and upset my dog. What for? Because your prick needs teasing. Perhaps it's a woman with a dick. I don't know who it is. So, I'm going to now try and get the image of that hideous bloke out of my mind. Frightening. Fucking trying to frighten me. With fucking rejects. It's like when I went to the swimming bars when I was a little girl. And these hideous women were walking around naked in front of me and my little sister. I had nightmares. Fucking grown women with their minges and their bellies hanging out. Walking past me and my sister. Middle-aged women with all their bits jiggling about in front of little girls. At the swimming baths. Not going and changing the cubicle. Changing in front of me and my little sister. With their fucking Michelin tire bellies. Their grey minges and their bits flabbing about. Fucking stay away from me. You fucking hideous butt plugs. See you later.